Warning, Wrestling POV podcast is not suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Oh! Welcome back, fans. I am your host, the legend T. James Logan. We are back on WPOV Global. It was a hellacious week. First of all, co-host Elio Canella. Gentlemen, say hello to the crowd.
How's it going, fans?
It's been a rough weekend, man. I know you haven't heard much from me because you know what? I was sick as a dog.
Oh no, I saw that on the Messenger. What was going on there?
Oh, Thursday I wake up. And to be honest, like Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I had this hellacious headache that never stopped. Like it was just a nonstop grinding headache. And I figured, okay, I've been drinking tons of caffeine and energy drinks. Maybe it's a caffeine thing, right? But it just wouldn't go away. So I'm living all week on Tylenol. And then I wake up and my face starts puffing up on one side. Wow. I'm like, okay, this ain't cool. So I stick my finger in my mouth and I'm feeling around. And I feel where my gum is, and it, like, hurts.
Oh.
So now I'm like, okay, what's going on here? Because it hurts above where I used to have a tooth. They pulled a tooth out about 6 months ago. So I'm feeling this pain above my tooth. And where it was. So I'm thinking, well, it can't be a tooth, right? I mean, the tooth's gone.
Right.
So that's fine. I go to work. Next day, I wake up, and I can barely stand.
Oh,
I'm
no.
just kind of out of it, right? And so I go to the doctor, and I phone into work. Go to the doctor, and he's got he's like, I'm pretty sure you got a gum infection.
Uh-oh.
I'm like, oh, shoot. Okay. So he's like, we're going to give you these great big pills. I mean, these are some big horse tranquilizer type pills.
Damn. Well, I know those pills. Those are terrible to take.
And so he's like, I'm going to give you these. You take them for 10 days. If the swelling doesn't go down in a couple days, you probably have a bone infection. And I'm like, oh, great. Wow. A bone infection in my face.
No.
Well, go ahead.
Can you take those with water, or is it like hard?
I'm supposed to take.
No,
I can take.
Yeah.
Dude, I have been so sick in my life, and I've had so many medications. I can take pills dry.
Because sometimes I just I can't take them with water; they won't go. I just have to get some
dry
juice
swallow
or something. Yeah.
Well, these ones too, you have to take with like food because it makes you feel like so nauseous. So Saturday morning, I wake up and my head is like twice the size on one side. I mean, my face is so puffed up. Oh, wow. I'm looking like the Elephant Man, okay? Like on a good day.
No.
And as I got sicker and sicker, I'm laying in bed, not going to work, thinking this would be a great opportunity to catch up on all this crazy wrestling this weekend. I'm pretty darn sick, right? But you know what? It was the power of Alanis Morissette that brought me back, man. She reached out in a vision and pulled me back.
Oh, praise Alanis! Thank you for saving TJ.
Oh, it's so ironic that she let me live like that. You want to know?
Don't you think?
Yeah, don't you think? But you know what? All kidding aside, yes, I was sick most of the weekend. I did catch up on a lot of wrestling. And man, what a crap load of wrestling this weekend. Thank God we only cover like 4 or 5 indies because, dude, if we had to cover more, there was way too much going on.
Oh yeah, it was crazy. Like I don't know how I kept up with all of it.
Yeah, you know what? Let's face it, we may not usually watch the WWE a lot because we're so busy with this, but how could you not watch WrestleMania? So, and I believe that show was like 27 hours long, so felt like it.
I know some people that were there from 3:30 in the afternoon, they didn't leave till like 1 o'clock in the morning.
That is insane. I think the official thing was the show went 7.5 hours, and that was not including the pre-show.
Wow.
So I'm not sure if... it's starting to feel like WWE is perhaps starting its own religion, and they want you to give your life to being a part of them. I don't know.
And give your money, too.
Anyhow, lots of cool wrestling, and fans, we're going to talk about some of the cool stuff that we cover, because every major company decided, hey, it's WrestleMania, let's throw a show in New York, too.
Yeah, let's make life more interesting for TJ and Elio.
Oh, my goodness. As if our life isn't interesting enough. We already get great wrestling. We have tons of time to listen to Alanis Morissette. And now we got all this crazy more wrestling. So You know what? Let's talk a little news.
Okay.
I don't got a ton of news this week. I know there's tons of stuff going on, but news that really affects us. One thing I want to point out: the firing of Eli Drake from Impact Wrestling.
Wow.
Now, you brought this up, Elio, last week about how.
Yep.
Yeah, you brought up how he was bad mouthing the whole Tessa Blanchard match.
Yep.
And saying some disparaging stuff about TNA. Well, you know what, folks? TNA said, you know what, you're fired, buddy. So this puts him in a weird position legally. Mm-hmm. Because he's been terminated. I'm not sure if that means does he owe them money? Does he owe them time? Can they hold him back from going somewhere for a while? It's a really weird situation because it's very uncommon to be fired under contract. It's quite a bit different than being like asking for your release or letting your contract go up. He was terminated, so legally. Not sure the ramifications, but you know what? It seems like Eli Drake likes to shoot his mouth off. You were telling me something. Tell the folks what you were telling me.
I don't think he's going to be too welcome by WWE as he likes to use the power of social media, and he did that and has some comments for the Performance Center saying that during his time at the Performance Center, his time there made him a worse pro wrestler.
Wow. Making fun of Triple H's baby is not going to get you ever looked at by the WWE.
And like when he was within their system back in 2012, for a while he was blackballed from the company.
Whoa. He had black balls, did you just say? Did he get him caught in a door? Did he get him caught in a door? Or? Man, dude, if you got black balls, you got to go to the doctor. Even in Canada, we know that's some serious stuff, man. You got to check out the black balls. It's odd you brought that up, though. Elio, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Seem to have lost it.
No, I'm good.
Okay, so what does these black balls have to do with his wrestling?
I don't know. That's what it said in the article, that he was blackballed from the company.
Oh, blackballed. Oops, that's a whole different thing. Sorry, folks.
What do you think I meant?
I thought you meant the Saskatchewan crawling moss. Anyways, you know what? Yeah. Sometimes having a bad mouth can get you ramifications in a lot of places. Yep. Eli Drake shooting his mouth off and again shooting his mouth off. You got to wonder, the guy is super talented. Is he worth looking at? Obviously, WWE ain't going to give a crap about him right now. Is AEW on the future?
Well, that's what it said. It said AEW is a possibility, but apparently he's keeping his options open.
And what was his other option? Stay home? Not much options there, is it? You're fired from Impact.
There's not very many options.
WWE doesn't want you.
Not very many options. That's
my option is AEW, or I'm going to sit at home and watch lots of TV.
Right.
That's not much of an option. Okay. The other news. This one makes me a little sad. Hiroshi Tanahashi. Oh, wait, sorry. You got something?
Well, no. Go on with yours. I can do mine after you finish.
Hiroshi Tanahashi injured at the G1 Supercard. We've been talking a lot about how he's been kind of, suffering with a bit of a sore elbow, not at peak form. I guess he really hurt the arm in his match with Zack Sabre Jr. He's going to be out for a while.
Wow.
They're talking, this is going to be a substantial injury. He could be up to anywhere from 6 months. That is tough. The Ace of New Japan is not exactly the youngest man on the roster. Mm-hmm. And let's face it, when you reach a certain age, it's a lot harder to come back from major injuries. And I don't know, maybe have we seen the last of the Ace, or at least the last of the Ace on that high of a level? That'll be interesting to see. Okay,
actually, I have one piece of AEW and one of Impact.
Alrighty, let's hear them.
Apparently, it was confirmed that RVD has signed a new deal, so United We Stand wasn't the first time that we saw his return. He's going to be sticking around.
Ugh, come on, man. Let's face it. I've always been an RVD fan, but dude, as we're going to go over the Impact pay-per-view, that was painful watching these guys fight. What did they pay him in, like soup cans and bread heels? Because let's face it, man, he can't be worth that much more these days. It was not very good. And Sabu, gosh, I don't want to think anybody would want to book this guy. I've seen my grandpa do better moves than that. He's dead. All right, go on.
And AEW, Jim Ross is, according to Jim Ross, AEW is going to debut a 2-hour TV show on a major cable network by the end of 2019. A network which cannot be named at this time, but when people hear what network it is, they'll be doubly excited because it's one that we can all find.
Oh, Netflix? It's not going to be Pursuit, is what you're saying. Oh, man.
I wonder if that was a shot at Pursuit, because no one can find that one.
That was totally a shot at Pursuit, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Let's dig into the into our what do you call it? Man, I'm drawing a blank today. I am still sick, so folks, forgive me if my brain. But did we not have a poll?
We did have a poll. Yes, we did.
A poll that went up 2 weeks ago over some confusion. We didn't quite realize it was our poll, and we are here now 2 weeks later, and we have the results of said poll. The question was: is Jay Lethal is he an overachiever or an underachiever? Have people thought, has he been a big of a letdown, or is he a guy that just he does a lot and people are just not they're gonna see it someday? But is he an underachiever or an overachiever? What's the results say?
Well, results say that 24% say that he's overrated, while 76% say he is underrated.
There you go. How did you feel? I mean, we've talked about Jay Lethal a lot. Obviously, I'm going to guess that you thought he's underrated.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Jay Lethal. Yeah,
me too. I mean, going back,
underrated.
Yeah, me too. Because you go back as far as him doing the Ric Flair stuff. Remember that?
Oh my god, that was so awesome! I saw that when it was when that episode aired live, and I was just sitting there laughing.
It's so good when you can outdo somebody who's already a strong personality doing themselves. That was some funny stuff. I've seen Jay Lethal. I've interviewed Jay Lethal. I've seen him live. I've seen him many, many great matches. The guy's incredible. He is a wrestling machine, and he's underrated, man. He's definitely been an underachiever in some senses because he hasn't been given that platform to be in a big level. He should be in WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I don't know, like some of the other guys that were there. There's some great wrestlers in the WWE, but there's Jay Lethal. I think deserves to be in the top 4 or 5 guys in the world.
Yes,
including WWE guys. So yes, he is underrated, and fans. Elio too will tell you. He guarantee you. You go out and you watch go back and watch any Jay Lethal matches. They don't disappoint. No, they're never crappy.
Especially that last one that he had, that 60-minute one with Matt Taven.
Pretty good, eh? You know what?
Except for that one part that took me out of it, to where with all the confusion on the outside, that was a great match. That was a great match.
Well, you know what? We're going to go over the latest stuff on ROH. Currently, we do not have a poll yet. Do you have a poll? Do you have anything in your mind you want to shoot around this week?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to come up with one. I thought I saw one the other day.
Okay, well, you know what? We're not in a big hurry. Everything's lax. We're in Canada. Take a breath. Enjoy yourself. But you know what? What I'd like to do right now is I'd like to turn over the show to go. Usually we do a segment on ROH.
Actually, hold on. I'm sorry. There were 3 comments on the poll.
There are comments. I got to hear these.
Okay.
Do tell.
So Andrew Teaster, former WPOV Points Game champion, said Jay Lethal Blackman Cheesemo was awesome. It was amazing. Then Eulelio Magana said it's underachiever. Then Thomas James Little.
What? Okay.
He commented and said, one of the most talented wrestlers I've ever seen perform. How has the Fed not ever given him a shot?
Well, you know what? Ridiculous name aside, Thomas James Little does make a good point. Yeah. Well, interesting. A lot of people I think are seeing that. Obviously, the poll says it. More than 70% of you think that he's just underrated. Mm-hmm. And I made the mistake. In the beginning of the segment, I was saying overachiever, underachiever. What I meant was underrated, overrated, in the sense is this a guy who has so much to offer and hasn't really, people don't see it, or are people just blowing smoke up their ass about him? Well, no. Obviously, people are not blowing smoke up their ass. Even somebody as ridiculous as Thomas James Little thinks that... Lethal's the man. So, folks, check out Lethal. All right. Now, let me get back to my preamble there. Yeah. Usually, we do a segment on New Japan. Then later on, we do a segment on ROH. Usually, ROH usually is the ROH TV show. This week, scrapping it, we're not talking about the ROH TV show because, to be honest, this week's episode of ROH TV was pretty craptacular.
Yep.
Because there was a super show the same night that was taped, so that was sort of like the dark matches that you'd see on for the ROH TV. New Japan ROH did a combined G1 special, G1 America special. We're going to go over that. Me and you, we talked about some of our picks and things like that. And let's go.
We actually did we did pretty well on this card, actually.
Yeah, actually we did. So first of all, the Honor Rumble. Now, I'm pretty darn sure there is no way in hell either of we would ever have thought Kenny King was going to win this thing.
I can't believe Kenny King won the Honor Rumble.
Well, he pulled the crap where he hid underneath for the last couple and sneaked up. So at least that makes some sense. But there was some really interesting stuff that I noticed in this match. Things I noticed. Will Ferraro's return. Him and Red Titus looked at each other like they were going to fight, and then boom, it was back to the dogs again. They were, they were wrestling well as a team and doing quite well. They didn't get as far as they probably hoped, but it was good to see. Maybe the dogs will be back. Chase Owens, loved that Chase Owens was in there. Thought he should have done a lot better. He didn't get to be as long as I'd hoped he was, but he did an okay showing, and the fans really reacted well to him. PJ Black, holy crap, did this guy age like 60 years in the last 10? Like, he doesn't look like the dude.
So different.
Oh my lord. Are you sure this is PJ Black's dad, maybe?
Nothing like how he looked in a WWE or NXT. Oh my goodness.
Now, there were a few unusual entrants that we didn't expect. I sure in the heck did not expect Haku to come out. That was a good surprise.
Right. I didn't expect that either. When I read King Haku, I was like, what?
Yeah. And, of course, Juice and Thunder Liger was awesome. People were cheering him. But you know what? It blew me away, too. The Great Muda coming out number 30. Mm-hmm. I mean, I have not seen Muda in so long. And he had an incredible showdown with Juice and Thunder Liger. It was really worth the night. Excuse me.
Yep.
So, you know what? In the end, though, our good friend Kenny King manages to pull off a very craptacular end by jumping Muda and Liger, throwing them over, and I guess he's going to get a title shot. And you know what? I'm pretty much sure, just like everyone there thinks just like we do, who cares? Right? Wow, Kenny King. Okay. Let's open the show. Okay, our first pick. Now, we both picked Jeff Cobb in this match. Jeff Cobb, the ROH TV champion.
Oh my god, this match was amazing.
Will Ospreay, the never openweight champion for New Japan, belt versus belt. And this was a strange matchup on paper. I mean, you have Will Ospreay, what is he, 200 pounds? Definite high flyer, super fast mover.
Yep.
Jeff Cobb, 265 pounds of muscle and grappling. You would not know what you were going to get out of this. This could have been a total clash of styles. And as well, their styles weren't very alike. This match was freaking incredible.
It was from beginning to end. He was throwing Ospreay around. Ospreay was going for the Oz Cutter, and Cobb just countered it at every point, at every turn.
You know, when I hear the Oz Cutter, it makes me think if I was a professional wrestler, I would be named Toe, and then I'd have the Toe Cutter. Anyhow, Jeff Cobb, we picked him. He is the dual champion now, ROH TV champion, NJPW never openweight champion. Mm-hmm. We had an interview with the guy last week, and I've always said that Jeff Cobb is going to be a future world champion. I think this is one step that people are going to look at him even more so than when he won the TV championship.
Should we nominate this match?
I think we're going to talk. Yeah, I think we should think about this and talk about it at the end of the show. We'll go into the vault, see what we got. I think this might have to be inserted. Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll go get to that. Next match. This match was bizarre. I expected a much better. I know Dalton Castle isn't in the best physical shape right now, but Roosh versus Dalton Castle. What did that last a minute?
You know what? I can't believe this match. 19 seconds.
it went so fast. It was like a blur.
Rumus just kept hitting kick after kick after kick in the corner, and then like 1, 2, 3, that's it. I'm like, what? What's going on? And then Castle, of course, beat up the boys afterwards.
Well, yeah, those boys deserve a beating. But do you suppose when Rush got to the back, people said, no, we didn't tell you to rush to do it. We were saying your name. Because you look at least Rush is smart, right? You're not getting paid by the hour here. Mm-hmm. He got his money's worth. All right. Here's another one we called Women's World Championship. Mayu Iwatani losing the belt to Kelly Klein. We both picked Kelly Klein. Actually, a pretty decent match.
Yep. But at the what about the ending?
I liked it. What was your problem with the ending?
No, after the match, we get two.
Oh, you're talking about the beautiful people. Sorry.
Yeah.
For a second, I was thrown off, but go on. Yes.
They're not going to be known as beautiful people. ROH is bringing them in. Angelina Love, Velvet Sky, and Mandy Leon are going to be known as Allure. Allure.
Okay, that either sounds like a porn site or some kind of makeup. All right, I can buy that. All those girls look like they could either wear lots of makeup or do porn. So, okay, yeah, I'm cool with Allure. How did Kelly Klein go from being like, because this is funny, right? I mean, they just turned her face here. I mean, she went in being the snotty, bullyish type.
She went in as a heel and she came out as a face. Because
they all jumped her.
They left her laying. They, of course, left their symbol on her face. They drew their symbol on her face. Which is just a weird Dean Ambrose Abyss ripoff.
Hey, there's nothing left original. Trust me. There's nothing new under the sun. Hey, it even says that in the Bible, for Pete's sakes. Moving on. You know what? Not a big fan of the Bully Ray, but dude, we got swerved, didn't we?
We did get swerved because we saw the return of Flip Gordon, which we reported last week had been re-injured.
So they threw us off because that was out everywhere. And cool on ROH to pull this because no one expected this to happen. So it was awesome when Flip Gordon came out. Of course, it made us all feel a little dumb that we were tricked, but sometimes it's kind of nice to be tricked in a nice way, isn't it?
Yeah, that was a surprise. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. So Flip gets the win. Is there life left in Bully Ray? I mean, is he worth keeping anymore? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, he's done. He should just go out with the rest of that ECW company that wrapped up years ago.
You know what? I'm going to say if we see Bully Ray, besides a replay of this match, in the next week or two, I think he's going in the book.
Yeah, because, I mean, like, he just like Tommy Dreamer, Sabu, he just needs to go away. His time is up.
For a very, very long time.
Yes.
So, moving on. Now, this was a cool match. We did not call the win on this one. We were both wrong.
No, we did not. Dragon Lee defeated Bandito Ishimori.
Yes, for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. Now, Ishimori, the Bone Soldier, I love this guy. He is so explosive, fast. Mm-hmm. Funnily, the way things have looked and going in, I thought if anyone was going to beat Ishimori, it might be Bandito because of the push they've been giving him. Dragon Lee was a quiet surprise out of nowhere.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting Dragon Lee.
No, I think if we had another choice, we both would have picked Bandito over Dragon Lee. So, yeah, what a great surprise. Where does that leave Ishimori? Well, I see him heavily going. I don't see Dragon Lee holding this belt for a very long time. I see Ishimori taking it back. He's got the Bullet Club behind him, and he's a tremendous wrestler. Dragon Lee, good wrestler, but I don't see a long run in his future. I'm sorry. All right, well, moving on, we've got IWGP Tag Team Championship. And now this is one of these crazy matches where they had 4 teams. There was the Guerrillas of Destiny. There was PCO and Brody King. The Briscoes and Evil Ensenada, both belts on the line. In the end, I think you picked PCO and Brody King. Did you pick the Briscoes?
Yeah. No, I picked the Villains Enterprises.
All right, and I picked the Guerrillas of Destiny, who did in fact win and are now double champions. Lots of stuff going on in this match. I mean, how do you track these kind of things? You got so much crap happening. You're just like, So, at PCO, how is that guy not dead? He's got to be a vampire. The way they bounce him off the ground and beat the crap out of him, and he still gets up.
The man's just amazing. I like him a lot better now than when he was in the WWE.
Hey, not only is he 51, but the most important part, he's Canadian. So we're not going to say where in Canada he's from to make this worse, but he's Canadian. That's all we're going to go for. Okay?
That's all.
Now, you know what I didn't like? And now, I've been trying to find out news about this, and it really looks like this was sort of a bullshit thing, but Enzo Amore and Big Cass coming out of the crowd, attacking the Briscoes. You know, word around the street right now is that was all a work by ROH.
Oh, actually, I have something about that. I found it before we went on.
Okay, and what did you find?
Apparently, Enzo and Cass were brought in to do a mock invasion angle, and that has fans, and apparently it's got fans. It went over well, and it's got fans wondering what ROH is thinking up next.
Yeah, you know what? It was the right way to do this kind of thing, because when it happened, the cameras didn't even show it, you know? So it made enough buzz that people there were probably tweeting it out, talking about it, but the cameras specifically didn't show any of it, and the announcers wouldn't talk about it, which gave you the idea that it was a real thing.
Right.
But there was enough people tweeting and saying stuff that their interest got in there going, oh my God, Enzo and Cass jumped the thing and attacked the Briscoes? Like, what the hell, right?
Well, I didn't even know until I saw it on Facebook.
Yeah, so, you know what? If this is a work, this is a good way to do a work like this. Mm-hmm. But let's face it, in the end, Enzo Amore is a crap wrestler, and Cass is this giant man who wrestles like a normal man. So, you know what? They don't interest me, and I really, I wish it was real so that we wouldn't have to see their crap ass wrestling anymore.
Seriously, you know, I'm not a fan of either one of these guys.
I could go the rest of my life without hearing Enzo Amore do his stupid little, toughest guys in the room, wearing his ridiculous.
Oh my God! If we have to see them again on ROH, they're going in the book.
Yes. You know what? No, we're preempting this. I've decided we're putting them in the book this week just because we had to say their name.
All right, sounds good.
All right. Now, there's nothing like an ROH combination match with New Japan Pro Wrestling, which features a defense of the Rev Pro British Heavyweight Championship. I'm not sure how that works. But the Rev Pro British Heavyweight Champion, Zack Sabre Jr., Elio's life coach, and Dream Fantasy Man taking on
taking
on Hiroshi Tanahashi. Now, we talked about it already. Tanahashi was in fact injured during this match. You didn't get to see it. They didn't play it off. They didn't show you that he was injured. But good match. But it was that whole thing. I mean, even storyline wise, you got Zack Sabre Jr., the guy who's going to take apart anybody's weakness, and here, Tanahashi's walking around with a pretty much like a target symbol on his arm, saying, beat this.
Yep.
So, wow. Where does this go? Well, it doesn't really do much, I think, for Zack Sabre Jr. He's been Rev Pro champion all the time for a long time. Does this put him up any higher? Well, maybe it gets his reputation. Everyone's going to know that he actually injured Tanahashi. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure, though, if it was just sort of their match. It was okay.
Yeah.
But I don't think there was a lot of ramifications, and I don't think it really means anything, except for the fact that the ace was injured. So, yeah. Now, this match, dude, okay?
This was a surprise.
I expected a good match. I did not expect how great this match was. I didn't
expect the winner to. I didn't expect who won to actually win the match.
Now, this is where me and you differed. A lot of the picks, we picked the same picks. Oh, yeah, and going back, I think we both picked Zack Sabre Jr. to win over Tanahashi.
Yeah, no, I picked Jay Lethal as well.
No. I'm talking Tanahashi and Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm saying, this is... we picked Zack Sabre Jr. on that one, yep.
Yeah. Now, this one we differed because you picked Naito. I picked Kota Ibushi. Naito defending his...
Oh, I missed one. Sorry. Okay. Yeah.
And, wow. I wasn't 100% sure Ibushi was going to win it, but what an incredible match. He did win. And wow, this match has got to go in the vault. This was some incredibly good stuff.
Bushi versus Naito. Okay, I'm gonna mark that one down.
Now, dude, what did you think watching this match? I mean, there was some crazy crap. Like, did you see like when Bushi did this? Like, he did a hurricanrana off the apron into the floor.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, wow.
It was crazy. The funny part I laughed too is because people started chanting "Mamma Mia," just sort of like for the NXT guy. I can't think of his name. Mauro Ranallo, yeah. Which I should remember because he's from Calgary, which is an hour away from where I live. It was funny, but what a great match.
Yeah.
And
we're gonna put that one in. Yep.
Talk about stiffness, eh? This is what they mean by that fighting spirit. They literally sat there, slapped each other, punched each other, took elbows from each other. Crazy.
I don't know. Every time I see that in an NJPW match, I'm like, wow, how do they do that? It's insane the way they just stand there.
And what about that finisher, man? Bushi kneeing Naito right in the face with the Kamagoya. Oh my lord. Man. I hurt watching that. I was like, ah. My other side of my face started swelling up.
Oh no.
All right. Then we were both wrong on this one. A three-way match, I guess you call it. ROH champion Jay Lethal putting his belt up against Marty Scurll and Matt Taven in a ladder match.
This was a surprise. I was not expecting
Matt Taven
to win.
You know what? In my heart, I kind of wanted Matt Taven to win, but I mean, how could you go? I thought, how could you not go with Lethal? You know,
right? Because we both picked Lethal, and I was sure like that he would pull that win out.
But man, what a great match! And Matt Taven, the guy everyone's made so much fun of in the last little while, the guy who we've talked good stuff about because I've seen nothing but improvement and progression in his wrestling. He is the new ROH World Champion now. Congrats, Matt Taven.
You know what that means?
What does it mean?
We're gonna be hearing "I'm Matt Taven" for a while.
Well, I would hope so if Matt Taven was saying that.
maybe we should be hearing "I'm Elio Canella."
Well, I never want to hear that. Anyhow. All right, and finally the main event. IWGP Heavyweight Champion Jay White putting his belt up against Kazuchika Okada. Remind me again of who you picked on this match.
Okada.
Of course you did. This is where it ties it all up because I went and picked Jay White. And Okada winning with... man, he really worked hard to get the Rainmaker on him. I don't know how many times he went for that at the end, but at the end when he finally got it, sweet. And as a bonus, seeing Geto get punched in the face a few times was pretty good itself too. Don't you just learn to hate that dude?
Oh, I can't stand Geto.
Oh, he is such a little jerk off. Just to see him get slapped upside the head was awesome. You know, Okada's taken so much crap from him and Jay White. It was nice to see Okada. Like, to be honest, I'm glad Okada won. I mean, the guy's incredible. You know, I just thought that maybe Jay White needed to establish himself more as a champion before dropping the belt, but. Wow, this belt has been changed hands pretty quick in the last little while. You know, we've gone from Kenny Omega to Jay White to Okada in less than 4 months.
Wow.
You know, that's unusual in a world championship. That means Jay White only defended that belt once before Okada, and he drops it. So, okay. After the end of this, I have to give a total thumbs up to this co-card.
This is definitely a total thumbs up from top to bottom.
Yeah, there was no actual, well, with the exception of maybe Bully Ray, there wasn't any part that made you just go, ugh, you know?
Yeah.
It went along fast. It was some great wrestling. And you know what? We've been talking a lot about wrestling. I think we should go to a break. I was going to get into NXT UK, but we've already gone 35 minutes. I think we're going to take a little break here, folks. We're going to recharge ourselves, grab ourselves. What am I drinking today? I'm drinking a mango Diet Coke.
That sounds good.
I believe Elio's drinking straight up Patron tequila. And we...
How do you know these things?
I am psychic. I have my own hotline. 1-800-GIVE-ME-MONEY. Please dial it. I will tell you whatever you want to hear for $4.99 a minute. $2.99 each additional minute because I'm that good. Anyway, folks, we'll see you after the break.
This is the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, and you are listening to the Wrestling POV podcast.
All right. Refreshed and ready for round 2 of Global. You know what? Global, all you fans out there, I'm sure you've heard of our other show. It's done by some great guys. Wrestling POV, and that's where me and Elio got our starts. These guys got a hold of us, got us to do a show to complement their show. They cover everything WWE. I got to imagine that when they cover WrestleMania, it's going to be like a 47-hour show having to talk about all the stuff they saw. But you know what? These guys are a fun time. Look them up. You'll find them on Facebook under Wrestling Podcast POV. That's where same place you find us. Their show every Saturday. Tune in. You get you get Tony Diaz, you get Mimi Goody, you get Rick Serrano III, and you get some Felt Puppet. I think I can't remember his name, Felto the Weirdo or something. But anyways, they're a fun time. And you know what? I liked that show before I started doing this show. So we probably don't have the couth and the high hootiness that they do, but as being gentle Canadian souls, bear with us. Well, you know what? Let's go across the pond. NXT UK. We're actually going to look at one of the shows that we usually cover this week. There was some wrestling there this week, and we're also going to talk a bit about something that happened at NXT Brooklyn involving the NXT UK title. So lead us in, Elliot.
All right, so NXT UK, this was a go-home show for TakeOver Brooklyn, and tag team match opens with the European Union, Marcel Barthel and Fabian Eichner Kenny Williams and Amir Jordan defeating Marcel Barthel and Fabian Eichner.
You know what? Surprise win here. Barthel and Eichner have really setting themselves up. They're kind of like the Orny Lorcan, Danny Burch sort of UK. Amir Jordan and his partner there, they're kind of a comedy thing, so it surprised me they got the win. Yep.
And then we have Rhea Ripley commenting on Piper Niven's debut next week, saying she's going to turn her dream into a nightmare.
Whoa. Wait a second. Did you just say Rhea Ripley actually talked? When she came on, I just couldn't see anything but her face. She said something? Sweet! Man, Rhea Ripley's kind of hot. Okay.
No, I'm sorry, but the backstage interview is going in the book later on. Stay tuned.
Ooh. Okay, go on.
So then we have Kaylee Ray defeating Isla Dawn with the Widow's Peak.
Yeah, I like Isla Dawn and I like Kaylee Ray. And man, did Kaylee Ray take the same diet as Justin Gabriel? Because she seems like she got super old super quick. I don't know what's going on there.
Although this was a pretty entertaining match.
Oh, it was I mean, all kidding aside, that was a very fun match.
Yeah. Then we had the backstage brawl between Tony Storm and She Who Shall Not Be Named. And Travis Banks challenged Cassius Ohno to a match.
Spanks? His name is Spanks? Gee, wonder why he didn't win. Okay.
Then we had an interview with the grizzled young veterans saying that they were the new guard in the and they run the locker room. Everyone answers to them.
Next.
And the main event had Joe Coffey defeating Trent Seven by submission with a Boston Crab.
Wow. I can't imagine a match main event that I wouldn't want to see even more so. Joe Coffey. You know what? I'm over the Coffeys, man. They should call themselves T. They're boring as hell. They don't keep you awake. They're angry little men.
Now, I have a question.
Hairy little men. Yes.
Well, I have a question.
I have an answer.
Okay, their last name is Coffee, but I thought England was known for tea.
Wow, do I ever want to slap you right now? Okay. The answer is, Elio, I want you to punch yourself after this thing, okay?
I won't do that. I did that on purpose.
Even you know that was a terrible joke, Elio. You even
No, I did that purposely. I already knew it would be terrible.
All right. Overall, oh, man. You know, usually we rate all 4 shows and say what show we're only looking at that show this week. It was okay. It was sort of middle of the road.
You know what it is? It's the Kaylee Ray Isla Dawn match that saved the show.
I think that plus the one most important thing that you're forgetting about this whole thing, man.
What's that?
Rhea Ripley. All right, moving on. Moving on. Let's look at. Oh wait. You know what? There was something we have to talk about really quickly here.
Yes, the Pete Dunne and Walter match from TakeOver.
Now, we both went in saying that. Did you pick Pete Dunne or Walter in this match?
No, I picked Walter.
Yeah, me too. I think Walter's time is here. I think Pete Dunne's had that belt long enough. And I thought it was a great match. I mean...
well, actually, before we went on the air, I was reading something that next week's Shake-Up, there's a possibility that Pete Dunne is going to be called up to the main roster.
I hope not. You could see him not succeeding in WWE. He does not fit what WWE wrestlers are.
He fits. He fits way better in NXT UK.
If he gets called anywhere, I hope he gets called to NXT in the US. I don't see him succeeding in WWE. He doesn't have the kind of character. He doesn't have the stuff that Vince McMahon likes to push a lot. That scares me. That seems like that would be the death of him. They're going to Nakamura him.
Yeah, don't do that to Pete Dunne.
Yeah, don't do that to Pete Dunne. The guy's he may be goofy at times or some kind of ridiculous at times, but man, don't Nakamura the guy. He's talented.
Yeah.
All right, now you know what? Crazy weekend for MLW. Having two big cards. And back to back. First of all, the Rise of the Renegades, which had 87 matches. 87 matches. And then Battle Riot 2, which felt like 87 matches because it had like a 40-man, yada yada, and some other matches. But you know what, fans? The truth is, me and Elio do not subscribe. We don't get beIN Sports where we are, so we actually didn't get to see Battle Riot. It has been released on YouTube. We are probably each of us going to watch it after this show and catch up on it. We do know the results of the Battle Riot, which we'll say right now. We both picked Matt Warner, who came in third last in this. The winner, and man, I would not have guessed this, but Los Angeles Park.
This was a surprise to me. I did not expect him to win.
Los Angeles Park. Holy smokes, that old Mexican dude did well. Good on you, Los Angeles. I wonder why he calls himself Los Angeles if he's from Mexico. Anyhow, Rise of the Renegades. Now, I kid when we say 87 matches, but dude, they had a crap load of matches. You even pointed out
it was as long as WrestleMania minus one match. WrestleMania had 16, this had 15.
Thank God it didn't run anywhere as long as WrestleMania, because I think most people would. This is MLW. You're not WWE. You don't have that many stars. You ain't going to be able to keep people for 7 hours, okay?
Exactly.
Now, I'm looking over the card. I'm only going to mention some of the interesting ones. We're going to skip a lot of these ones because there's people on here like, who the hell's Jordan Oliver? I don't know who he is.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, MJF with the Dynasty up against Brian Pillman. Interesting match. Brian Pillman Jr. winning. He's building, you know what? Me and you kind of cringe at him sometimes, but MLW fans are digging the Hart Foundation.
Yeah, they like these guys. Their promos still suck, though. Their H2 crap is still terrible. Terrible.
Here's a surprise one. Barrington Hughes versus Jacob Fatu. This thing went like under a minute, and Fatu won.
Wow.
I think maybe Barrington Hughes just fell over on his weight and couldn't get up. And for fans who don't know who Barrington Hughes is, this guy is, what was he, like 450 pounds? He's grossly fat.
Something like that. He's like, oh, wow. Like when we first started this podcast, you mentioned the name. I'd never heard this guy. The first time I saw him, I was like, wow.
Too much. Sir, get away from the buffet table. Oh, wait, you are the buffet table. Oh. Now, one of your favorite dudes ever, Ace Austin, losing to Ray Horace.
Yeah, I'm sure you were thinking about that.
No, I'm pretty sure Ray Horace won.
Oh, okay.
Elio, don't tell me you haven't been practicing. Don't tell me you haven't been practicing whipping out ace cards everywhere and just flinging them. I know you, buddy. I know you. As much as Ace Austin is ridiculous with his haircuts and stuff, do we take him out of the book? I guess we'll find out later on. The guy's talented. He may look like a douche rag, but you know what? He can wrestle. He's got an interesting style, and he's kind of winning me over a bit. I feel like Olaf and Frozen standing in front of the fire going, "Ooh, that's warm." Okay, we're gonna skip a bunch of these matches because I'm looking at some of these. I'm like, people go like, huh, what? No idea. All right.
Well, you have to bring up the main one, the MLW champion.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that. The Dynasty versus Hart Foundation. Okay, Brian Pillman doing like double duty tonight, but Hart Foundation losing to the Dynasty. Ooh.
Wow.
Not sure if I like that so much. Hammerstone sending Brian Pillman through a table in this table match to take the win.
I'm still not buying this Hammerstone character.
Yeah, he kind of looks like maybe Chris Jericho's meaner older brother who took steroids. Now this match, I wanted more from this next match. Ace Romero versus Joseph Samuel. Mm-hmm. It was very short. I thought AC was going to get his revenge for getting spiked in the face. Didn't happen. But you know what? It had the meeting of the fat because after Contra attacks AC, out comes Barrington Hughes, who only took about 6 hours to walk to the ring because when he got there, though, he did a splash. It was, I don't know. It was bad. It's bad when, like, a great big giant mountain of a man comes to rescue and he gets laid out too. Yeah, not a good sign. Oh, God. Two of the most ridiculous looking wrestlers. Puma King losing to Gringo Loco.
Oh.
Although Gringo Loco is starting to wear on me a bit too with his talent. Boy, these guys look like ridiculous idiots. Now, here's a match that I enjoyed just to watch Sami Callihan get punched in the face a lot. Our old buddy Vance Warner.
Oh, man. I love this guy.
I love this guy. Hey, knee pad went up and then went down. That's when I knew things were about to break. Anyhow, ends up going to a no contest, but man, I love Vance Warner. And kicking Sami Callihan, yeah, man, you win in my books. I don't care who you are.
Yep.
Let's go now to the semi-main event, believe it or not, was a New York street fight between Filthy Tom Lawler and Jimmy Havoc. This match was all over the place. Lots of violence, lots of gross crap. Staples, and I gotta say, I didn't know much about Jimmy Havoc up until last week. When I saw his name, I did a very unfortunate search on YouTube about Jimmy Havoc, and I saw the most disgusting. I'm Elio, we joke about stuff, but like hardcore wrestling, like really hardcore wrestling, grosses me out. Okay, when you got people
we're talking like
tax and
yeah, we don't need
Havoc. I who even thought of this? But he takes paper and puts it between your fingers and cuts you.
Ouch.
Gross. I mean, I saw recently a match with him and Sami Callihan where he took Callahan's boot off and stuck a thing between his toes. I mean, who thinks of this garbage? Not liking it. I'm not liking it.
Yeah, but, not a fan.
But you know what? Filthy Tom taking out Havoc. Retains his belt, gets back the win that he lost over Havoc a while ago. And then the main event, Los Angeles Park, taking on Pentagon Jr. You know what? I don't get how Los Angeles is winning so much, but you know what? He beat Pentagon here this night, wins the Battle Riot. The guy's 87 years old, which is pretty old for a luchador. He's a Mexican named after Los Angeles. So, I'm confused by the whole thing, but fun night for MLW. 2 fun nights, I guess. We're going to watch Battle Riot. I hope it's as fun as it sounds. I know my buddy Vance, I want to say Vance, but Mance Warner, always the highlight for me. So let's look forward to that. And let's wrap it up with Impact. I mean, we've been to the top of the mountain. Let's go down to the bottom of the toilet and see what's floating around in Impact these days.
Okay, so Impact Wrestling, they had their pay-per-view, United We Stand. United We Stand.
Wow, what a great name. I'm being very sarcastic, by the way.
And now we had an X Division number 1 contender match with Johnny Impact taking the victory in this one.
Weird match.
Very weird.
As much as I hate Jay Christ, at least he makes these matches a little bit exciting.
Yep.
I don't know. I remember the old days of Ultimate X matches, and this just was not a very good match. I didn't think it was that great. Johnny Impact, the world champion, can now challenge for the X Division championship. Isn't that bass awkward, man?
And then we had the team of Brian Cage Moose and Eddie Edwards taking on Dega, Aerostar, and Marty the Moth. Marty the Moth, Aerostar, and Dega took the win in this one.
What a weird matchup.
But because Moose he turned on his teammates.
Who would never saw that coming, eh?
I didn't see that coming. No, not at all.
Next.
For Knockouts Championship, Taya Valkyrie retained her championship, defeating Katie Forbes, Jordan Grace, and Rosemary.
Okay. Jordan Grace looking good.
Yep.
Taya Valkyrie looking kind of weak for a champion. Rosemary just not
still
getting her
involved
anymore.
with that. She's still involved with that crap with Sue Young.
Yeah. And this other chick, what was the girl's name? Katie Forbes?
Katie Forbes.
Yeah, what did they just pick up a stripper somewhere, gave her some rest? Because, dude, she kind of pole danced her way up to the ring, wiggled her butt, did the splits, and did not much else in this match except wiggle her ass a lot. So I think she's a stripper.
Then we had LAX defeating the team of Low-Key and Ricky Martinez.
Looked good. I like, you know what? I can't help but love LAX. These guys are great. The stuff we've seen with the Lucha Brothers in the past have been good, but this was a good match, and good to see Low-Key getting his tough warrior self. Shut up, Low-Key.
Then we had Joey Ryan versus Tessa Blanchard, which we didn't pick a winner in this one because we don't care.
Yeah, next.
Rich Swann defeats Flamita. Big surprise.
That was actually a really good match. I had no idea who Flamita was, but he was good. I guess Flamita, you know what? This is maybe just wrong with me. When the word Flamita, I was thinking like he was like a flaming, alternative lifestyle kind of guy. But no, I guess Flamita mostly meant like a fire guy from Mexico. Who would have known? He was great. Really good match.
Then we had Sami Callihan versus Jimmy Havoc.
Oh, you know what?
Monsters Ball match. How do you have a Monsters Ball match without Abyss?
Hey, that's like having a Ravens rules match without Raven. Yeah, it makes no sense. As much as I hate Sami Callihan, gross that Jimmy Havoc pulled his boot off and put that paper between his toes and cut his toe. Like, come on, man.
I'm not a fan of these like hardcore type matches.
All I know is after this kind of stuff, I could go the rest of my life without seeing Jimmy Havoc matches. As a matter of fact, I think that anytime I see a card and Jimmy Havoc's on it, I'm either skipping that match or if he's somewhere live, I'm going to the bathroom because I don't need to see that garbage. It's crap.
We're putting him in the book.
Yeah, we are.
You just made the book! Oh, shame.
We're going after everyone this week.
We are. We're busted balls today, people. We tennis balls, basketballs, black balls.
In the main event, it was the Lucha Brothers defeating RVD and Sabu.
Wow, this was painful. My God! First of all, it was painful watching Sabu.
This one, I just I saw the entire pay-per-view except that before this match started, I just shut everything down and I went to sleep.
Yeah, trust me, this is the stuff they should play in old folks' homes because, man, this was terrible. RVD, man, I expected a lot more from you. Sabu, I knew you were going to be broken up and crappy, but I didn't realize that RVD is on the real downside of his career. I mean, they just said they re-signed him for 3 years.
Yeah.
Man, I hope they make him like a commissioner or something, because that was some terrible wrestling.
And then the next night they had the regular Impact Wrestling show.
Yeah, we'll skip it. We don't care this week.
Which, because nothing
anything of note
really happened there.
No? Okay.
Nothing to note. The ending was just more of that ridiculousness with Rosemary, and that's it.
Oh, please. Ugh. I thought it would be exciting to have Rosemary back, but now she's just subscribing to all this Sue Young, Dark Alley crap they've done for so long. Yuck. All right, you know what? Impact is giving me a headache. We're running out of Diet Coke. You're running out of tequila. I hear the worms escaping. Let's open the Book of Shame.
The Book of Shame.
Read who's in there now and let's see if we got some additions.
Have in there.
Okay.
So, in the Book of Shame, we have Ace Austin's stupid hair.
You know what? Ace Austin, I think, gets a reprieve now. His hair is stupid, but the guy can deliver, so I'm going to give him
He's talented. I do like his finisher.
Okay, so let's take him out of the book this week.
Okay.
Next.
That F word that shall not that
That'll always be there.
we hear.
Yeah.
Yes.
It rhymes with something Nista. We're never saying it.
Yep. Facade.
He stays in the book. Wasn't he our first entry?
We have Madman Fulton.
Oh yeah, welcome to OVE hell, buddy.
The one fall chant.
You know, I haven't heard it so much lately, but yeah, it's still stupid. Let's keep it.
Sammy Callahan.
Oh, he's Sammy Callahan. If it wasn't for Tommy Dreamer getting his own chapter, it would be you, Sammy. You're staying in. Next time I see you spit, I'm going to spit at you. Okay.
The Christ Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
And Tommy Dreamer.
Oh, Tommy Dreamer. We aren't kidding. We're thinking of giving you your own chapter. That crap that you keep getting on the pay-per-views.
Hold on. I have to ask you, did you see what he did at United We Stand?
Move around his disgusting body and look horrible in pleather?
No, this was disgusting.
Oh, yes, I did see it.
With the water bottle,
yes.
He took a drink of water. Yeah, that was just disgusting. You know what? Just for that,
Do you remember back in the day when Tommy Dreamer was on SmackDown and he would come out and drink gross crap backstage segments all the time? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And there was a time that The Undertaker got him to drink his tobacco spit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You deserved a book before the book was even invented, Dreamer. Oh, hey, just as a quick side, do you know what I found today when I was doing laundry?
What'd you find? What was that?
I found an autographed ECW jersey.
Oh, wow.
By Tommy Dreamer. I found a freaking Tommy Dreamer shirt. Now
TJ, you should smack yourself right now.
I should. I don't know how I ended up with that, but I remember him coming to Edmonton, doing a show, getting this jersey. He signed it, and I'm like, oh my God, why did it? Elio, people have moments of weakness. Okay, go on.
I want you to say 10 ironics.
I will sing the song ironic
and I want you to
10 times.
sing ironic 10 times.
Only if Alanis can forgive me will I be able to go on.
Right. Well, she did play God in that one movie.
Yes, she did. Now the movie escapes my mind. Okay. Dogma, yes.
Spelled backwards, it says, am God.
Okay.
Sorry, I know this stuff.
Yeah, next. Okay, is it anyone else?
So no, that's the end of the book. That was the last entry, Tommy Dreamer.
Okay, now we got some new entries, don't we?
Yeah. I think first of all that backstage interviewer on NXT UK, because he used that word this week.
He gets in there. You use the word. You know, Nigel McGuinness, you got out because you stopped using the word. But this new punk, you're in.
Yo, let me. I don't even know his name, so I'm just gonna put backstage.
We're gonna go back. We'll find your name. We'll find your name. There's no escaping us. Okay, who else? Who else is going in?
Should we put Jimmy Havoc in there?
Hell yeah, Jimmy Havoc. Yuck, man. You stop doing. You know what? Hardcore wrestling is for guys who can't really wrestle. You know, you don't have enough talent to wrestle, so you hit each other over the head with objects. You do crappy, gross things to each other. You know what the grossest thing I saw Jimmy Havoc do?
What's that?
Some match, I don't know, I was watching on the internet trying to catch up and see who this guy was. He takes his opponent, puts him, like he had a chair in the middle of the ring, grabs a handful of tacks, sticks it in the guy's mouth, and then kicks him in the face.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, that crap does not serve well in wrestling. No more. That's garbage.
This is why we don't watch CZW.
Yeah, and that's one reason why I will never, if somebody said, hey, I got an interview with Jimmy Havoc, I don't care. I don't want to interview with Jimmy Havoc.
So that's all the entries for the book
all right.
this week. Unless you have anything...
No, I'm good. We already talked. Jimmy Havoc was boiling in my skin, so yeah. Now, you know what?
All right.
This week, we have to open the vault because we have two matches. We've been hinting at it. I think we're both pretty sure we're putting these matches into the vault for the year. We're talking about Will Ospreay versus Jeff Cobb.
Yep.
And we are talking Kota Ibushi versus Tetsuya Naito, both from the G1 Super card here in North America. Incredible matches, folks. If you're listening to us and you haven't seen these matches, go look them up on YouTube. Go find them somewhere. These two matches deliver. They are hot.
So it's Jeff Cobb,
Will Ospreay
versus Will Ospreay. I swear, one of the chants I hear is the Will Ospreay chant sung to the Seven Nation Army. They
I've heard
do the
that.
same thing.
I've heard that, yeah.
Okay, so we have Jeff Cobb, Kota Ibushi, and Tetsuya Naito.
Yeah, for the Intercontinental title.
Okay.
All right.
So those two are now in the vault.
They are in the vault. You know what, folks? We've probably gone a little bit longer. Well, no, we actually were about the same time we usually go. We had to speed up through a few things. You know what? It was a great amount of wrestling. There's tons of wrestling we didn't get to cover. I mean, there were tons of big matches. Some of them really fun. Big companies like Evolve. And then dumb stuff like Big Battle Kaiju, where people dressed up in, dinosaur uniforms and battled each other in Lego or some crap.
Oh, no.
It's wrestling for everybody. And you know what? We may make fun of hardcore matches, but you know what? Obviously, there is a small, uneducated portion of the audience that enjoys this stuff. But you know what? There's matches for everybody out there. And this week really showed a ton of matches. There were so many matches, Elio, that if me and you were in New York and we had even a magic pass where we could instantly go from one venue to another, there were so many matches that there was not enough time for us to see everything.
Yeah, I don't think we'd be able to go from one event to the other.
No, and
we probably leave one event and end up at the end of another one.
Yeah, and you know what? All this great independent wrestling, that's not even including the great show that is WrestleMania. We may complain about length and stuff, but it's WrestleMania, man. Everyone watches it. And NXT Brooklyn, man, that was incredible. Mm-hmm. The boys will talk about it over on the other show, but I got to tell you, I watched it, and I was very impressed by what I saw on it. And except I was kind of disappointed because, man, if there's any NXT women's wrestler, but like North American NXT women's wrestler that I'm in love with, Rhea Ripley's over in the other brand, but Io Shirai, man, that I'm not even big on Asian girls, but she's beautiful. I love Io Shirai, and that girl can wrestle. So Shayna Baszler, though, keeping her title, and great stuff. So fans, Elio, kick off the social media machine and tell them where they can get a hold of us.
All right, on Facebook, Wrestling POV Podcast, Instagram, Wrestling POV, Twitter, Wrestling POV 1, and you can find us on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Podbean.
I love Podbeans. Folks, as you can tell, it has been a trying week. I have been kind of sick. I know I've been a little bit glib over the show, but really good wrestling.
Back down to earth, TJ. Back down to earth.
Somebody grab me. I'm floating up there.
Come back down from the clouds.
Wait, that wasn't okay. Fans, great wrestling out there. Take your time to watch it. We love you, fans. Drop us a letter sometime. Me and Ellie are starting to get scared that maybe we're just talking to each other. I hope so. This is getting out there, right? This isn't some weird love letter to each other, is it, Ellie?
It better be getting out there. We better be getting listeners.
I mean, I do like to listen to myself talk, but I mean, you know what? Drop us a line. We just want to say, fans across the United States, we love you. We love you guys. Fans in Canada, you're our brothers. We love you too. We want to send a special hellos out there to Germany, out to Hong Kong, out to China. And hey, I'll never forget my Soviet brothers out there in Russia. Privyet, my friends. We love you. Tune in next week. We'll have a whole bunch more stuff. Elio, say goodnight to the good people.
We will talk to you all next week.
And I'm the legend T. James Logan saying we look forward to you guys all the time on Global. Love you, kids. See you next week.